Hey guys, today I want to do a video with you about how to keep lifelong friends. Now, obviously, I'm not super old. I'm 31 years old, but I have kept a lot of my friends from high school, and these are friends that are across the country now in some circumstances. I don't really see any of them but a few times a year, but I feel like I have a good amount of these friends. I wish I had more, but I do feel like I've learned some lessons along the way about how to tend to these relationships and make sure that you keep these. Because one thing is like you can have a lot of friends growing up, and if you lose them after high school or after whatever guiding principle kept you guys together, whether that's you're at school every day together, you're at work every day together, what have you. If you lose them, then they're gone. But if you can keep a hold of the ones that matter to you, and that's extremely meaningful. So I just want to help you guys with that any way that I can. I'm still learning, obviously. This is a work in progress and process. So, number one, you need to not overly fight to keep every relationship. You only have so much time. You need to determine which relationships are worth the investment so that they can become a long term relationship. And these are friends that you have to be slightly selfish with this. These are friends that you enjoy being around, you enjoy conversating with, and you feel like in some way they add value to your life. They may challenge you in some ways, they may support you in some ways. This is an area where it's okay to be selfish, but be selfish to the good part of you. Not don't have friends that lifelong friends that you go out and do bad things with or that make you worse. But do a true value assessment here is hey, I'm spending time with this person. I'm becoming like this person because truly you are. Let me be careful who I allow in my life to that extent and who I want to try to sustain and friends with throughout my life. So do that first because you can only have so many. I'm tapped out with about the friends that I have because you don't want to drop off and it's, oh yeah, I haven't talked to that guy in 2 years. Oops. Time flies by, especially as you get older. You just get your head down to different commitments in life and you look back up and realize 6 months have gone by. So there's that. Decide which friends are worth keeping and then invest in them accordingly. The next one. The obstacles you're going to have with keeping friends lifelong is that, again, you're not going to see each other. So the first thing that has to be okay is you have to be okay with not communicating all the time. If you overly psychoanalyze yourself and you think, oh no, I haven't talked to this person in a few weeks or a few months or a few years, well, it's really awkward now. I feel too awkward to reach out to them. Then your relationship could slip away from you. Most often, if you guys communicated a lot, then all of a sudden it dropped off for no reason. Usually, nothing happened, especially if you can't point to it with your finger and say, "Oh yeah, this did happen." If you don't know anything happened, then likely nothing happened, and you guys just need to touch base and reestablish a connection. Go to lunch, schedule a phone call. You schedule a phone call and you miss it, reschedule another one. Just say, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I know we meant to get together, but we didn't. Make time for it." And if they reciprocate and they make time for you, then that shows that they want to be your friend as well, and you guys keep pursuing that road. And one more thing, kind of in that vein, is you have to be okay with being the one that reaches out. One of my friends that I love dearly and have been around a lot through the years, it's typically me that reaches out to him. Say, hey, let's schedule a phone call, or hey, let's do whatever. But often when we meet up, we're meeting up at his place. He's hosting. He's got some of the agenda figured out, and all that sort of thing. So it's not that it's a low effort thing on his part. It's just I might be a little bit more social than he is, but he likes hanging out. He likes getting together, and I can tell that it's important to him, and I can see that it's important for him. And part of me that loves him is like I want to reach out to him not just so that we can talk and I can enjoy that, but because I know that he needs it too. So you have to be okay again. You have to be okay that it might feel like you're the hey. I'm the one that always calls this guy, or I'm the one that does this. If you start to think that way, you're being a little bit selfish, and you're going to deconstruct your friendship with that person in your own head, and you're not going to call them anymore. So, hey, I called them 3 times. They didn't call me. Don't do that if you want to keep your friendship. I mean, just truly. And just one other thing I think's pretty dang important is that you have to be able to overlook differences as you guys mature and as you guys develop new interests in life. You may have had sports in common when you're young. You're not doing sports anymore. You don't have that in common. So what's going to bring you guys together? You know, find something. Well, even if it's just catching up and asking how the family's doing and having a meal together. If you catch up just to catch up, if you call just to catch up, you can probably call your friend once or twice a year. Just being honest. But if you have something that you have an interest in together, you guys can talk all the time. So that's important too. That's an investment choice too. It's okay. I want to find people that I have common interest in or common goal in, a common pursuit. Because if I have that, then there's always things to talk about. There's always a connection point. And that's how you end up having work friends and friends in your clubs and everything you go to as well, right? You guys are already connected together in an interest. So your friends may vary politically. They may vary on matters of religion. I had a friend growing up that when you're young, you don't understand politics at all, and politics became very polarized the last decade. And him and I were on opposite ends of the spectrum, and we just kind of learned eventually. And it's something that we can just kind of avoid, even though we're getting closer together now um, with how we think politically. But I love him enough, and I understand kind of what the left and the right don't see in each other often. Is I know my friend is a good guy, and he knows that I'm a good guy. So I don't care that he thinks differently about certain things. I don't consider him evil, and he doesn't consider me evil. I don't consider him ignorant. He doesn't consider me ignorant, right? So like that's the way to do it, and that's what makes a friendship even stronger. Um, Interests are going to change, but love the person for who they are. Don't try to change them. Don't argue with them. I guess that's something you don't want to get into. You can have fun debates with your friends if you guys are having fun, if you guys like to do that. But if you notice that you guys don't tend to do that, don't press the issue because you can unravel a friendship very quickly if you love your ideologies more than you love your friend. There's time and place for debate. There's time and place for all those things, but do that with someone who's not your friend, unless you guys are cool with that. Some of my more introverted friends and acquaintances have a harder time making friends, and they let me know that. They see that I hang out with people that I've known for 20 years, and they're surprised by that. And I think if I can give any manner of advice on how to make a friend, because it's never too late to make a friend, it's kind of just what I said earlier is that you want to find a friend that, best case scenario, has the same interests as you. So go places where you meet people who have the same interests as you. It's really that easy. If you like books, go to a book club. If you hit it off with somebody, then see if you guys can meet for coffee or see if you guys can talk some or text some and just leave it at that. Just allow it to be organic. You're not in school anymore where you're going to see your friend for 30, 40 hours a week and you can develop this really deep relationships over those years. It's going to maybe take a bit longer for you guys to develop a deeper relationship. That's okay. If you guys don't text for a few weeks, that's fine. But reconnect. To establish a strong connection when you're an adult, it's going to take some work and it's going to take some fostering. So don't forget to reconnect every few weeks if possible. Meet in person from time to time. Give them a gift from time to time. Let them know you're thinking about them. Say, hey, I saw this. It made me think of you. Just do all those things to kind of reestablish and reaffirm that connection, to build up goodwill, all those things. Simple advice, but it's one of those things that if you take action on, then you'll have success. And don't go in and think that every social setting you go into that you're supposed to meet this person that's a perfect fit for you and you're going to be great friends. It may take some work. It may take you a while to find that person that really clicks with you, but it's worth it. Don't just chase someone down for the sake of having a companion. But find someone that you really, really connect with. And maybe this video here has encouraged you to rekindle your relationship with someone, or to see, you know what, I really could use a friend, or you know what, I could really be a better friend. Do that. The world needs more people to be friends. We need more friendship. We need more long-term friendship. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. And yeah, I love you guys. This is something that I strongly advise you to do. It's worth pursuing.